Hello friends, I'd like to welcome you to Meditaciones Diarias.com.
Welcome to our devotional for December 3rd, 2022. Today's title reads, The Lord Knows His Own. 2 of Timothy chapter 2 verse 19 reads, Nevertheless, the solid foundation of God stands, having this seal, the Lord knows those who are His. Imagine we wanted to make a list of all those who are true Christians in our churches. How would we proceed? In other words, how would we manage to decide who qualifies as a genuine Christian? Those are the first words that Joseph Parker, 1830 to 1902, the re-owned 19th century preacher from London, used to begin one of his powerful sermons preached on Thursday, June 14, 1900. Not waiting for his congregation's answer, he himself replied, "Making a list of Christians? Only one hand could write those names on the church records, and that is God's hand." To illustrate what he was trying to say, Parker quoted examples of Bible characters who would not have been included among the candidates for the kingdom of heaven by any human being, not even in their dreams. Who can count God's flock? Parker asked. Let me see the list. Is Nathaniel's name on it? It is not. Is Zacchaeus' name on it? It is not either. Well, make a new list and take better count this time. You can already imagine the rest of the sermon. Is Nicodemus' name on it? Are the names of Lazarus, Mary, and Martha on it? If those names are not on it, tear your list and let God be the one who writes it. Who would we have included? Peter, the impulsive fisherman? Would we have included James and John, the sons of thunder? Saul of Tarsus, who zealously persecuted Christians? Blind Bartimaeus? The demon-possessed man in Gadara? The Roman centurion? The list is endless. In fact, it is still being written today. The good thing about it all is that God is the one who writes it, because while we focus on appearances, He focuses on the heart. I tried to imagine the congregation that was listening to Parker that day, and I cannot help but think that perhaps that morning, for the first time, the idea struck some of them that they could also be called sons and daughters of God. And now I ask you, could anybody suggest a better way to begin this new day? Probably not, because regardless of how dark our past has been, regardless of what appearances or people say, you and I are on God's list. It is the list of all those for whom His beloved Son died. Thank you, dear Father, because you know me by name, and because though I am unworthy, through Christ's blood I am forgiven. Most of all, thank you because my name, unbelievably enough, is written in the book of life of the Lamb. Amen.
I just want to thank you all for visiting us each day here at Meditacionesdiarias.com. May you have a blessed day.